Okay, so now I want to talk about a great Irish film that is out in Australian cinemas right now. The film is called Dating Amber, and I've got to admit, this film completely threw me when I watched it. I was expecting from the title some kind of lame romantic comedy, which I'll admit is not my favourite genre. I will go in and watch a romantic comedy film and give it a fair judgment when I review it. And there have been some over the years that I've loved as well, but yeah, this one, I was expecting a romantic comedy, and I ended up watching this really, really great drama that I was not expecting. It's from David Frayne, the Irish director who a couple of years ago actually made another movie that I really liked called The Cured. And I have to say, this movie, Dating Amber, this movie really shows David Frayne as a director and a writer, I should say, that has got a real future. This is one of those dramas that just really, really draws you in and you end up falling in love with it. Kind of reminds me at times of Perks of Being a Wallflower. But it basically revolves around this character Eddie, played by Fionn O'Shea, and he is struggling in life. He's coming to grips with the fact that he thinks that he might be gay. He's living this kind of life where he's really struggling because his dad wants him to go into the army the same way as what he did, but he's not feeling all that passionate about it. His mum is trying to do whatever she can to try and support her son, in the sense that she tries to shield him from his father's ambitions as much as possible, but then things aren't great between his father and mother either. So things kind of come to a little bit of a weird time for Eddie at school, when suddenly everyone's expecting that he's going to start hooking up with girls, and it's not something that he is really all that interested in. He tries it with Tracy, played by Emma Willis, and it just doesn't come naturally for him. He doesn't enjoy it, and she goes and tells other people what has happened between them, and soon he finds himself getting picked on once again, with people putting him down with homophobic slurs. Now, at the same time, there's another student at the school called Amber, played by Lola Pettigrew, and she is kind of copying the same thing. She's into obscure music. She likes to keep to herself. She's very, very alternative. And as a result, the kids in the class have started to jump to the assumption that she is gay as well. And again, they're calling her some pretty terrible names. Now, she decides that the best way to try and stop these slurs on both her and Eddie is if they get together as a couple and pretend that they're a couple, so that everybody in the school will think that they're straight. Now, Amber's pretty open with Eddie. She admits straight away that she is gay. She just doesn't like being picked on at school about it like anyone would. So she's honest about it. She can tell that Eddie is gay as well. Eddie isn't quite so forthright though, but as they enter into their agreement of acting like a couple, they decide to also go out and explore their sexuality. Now, this is an amazing film. I found this to be one of those movies like The Perks of Being a Wallflower, where you instantly relate to the characters that are here. The teenage insecurity, not knowing where you stand in life kind of thing. And it comes across so well in this film. The one thing that I kind of liked but also kind of bugged me a little bit was the fact that they kind of make Eddie this fast-talking kind of character that feels like he's from an American sitcom. Like at one point, Amber's having a go at him, and she says something about, "You're gay, I'm gay, and this gay wall." And Eddie's response is, "I don't think the wall is gay." It's like, yeah, it didn't need that. Like, yes, at times when it happened, I kind of thought, yeah, that's kind of funny. Like, it works with the script. But then as it went on, and a couple of other characters did it as well, I was like, nah, it's not really like needed in this kind of script. Eddie is such a vulnerable guy, and I know they kind of use that kind of humor as a way for him sometimes to shield what's happening in his life, but I just felt like it didn't need to be there. But still, I absolutely loved this film. I thought the screenwriting was fantastic. I thought the directing was fantastic. It didn't go into that kind of cheesy romantic comedy kind of thing. It dealt with some great topics. It dealt with, can someone like Amber and Eddie be friends, as well as also them both exploring their sexuality, like traveling to Dublin to go to clubs and things like that. And I thought it just really, really worked. There's some great moments of true drama in this as well. I won't ruin anything about what causes that drama, but there's some great moments of pure drama in there. But this is just a sensational film. I love the soundtrack. I loved the performances. I've got to say about the performances, Fiona O'Shea and Lola Pettigrew are fantastic in this film. Both of them, you can tell they've got a real future ahead of them. But yeah, the one thing that really impressed me with this film is the work of David Frayne. He has got hit director written all over him. He understands teenagers. That's something that's very, very clear from this film, and I just cannot recommend this film highly enough. I know recently I've given a couple of 5 stars, which I don't normally do, but this one's up there as well. I'm going to give this one 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, and if you love these kind of offbeat, quirky kind of teenage films, then this one is certainly for you. But 5 stars for me for Dating Amber.